Hello everyone, this is Everything Horror, where we love to talk about everything horror. And in this video, we are going to be reviewing Sator. Now, Sator just came out a couple of days ago, and I kind of mulled over reviewing it because it is an older film. It came out in 2019, but it didn't release to the States until now. Well, I guess we have a review. Now, Sator is about this family that lives in a forest that is being observed by an entity called Sator. It comes to the grandmother in I guess a ghostwriting type of way, where she is able to have her body as a vessel for this entity, and it writes messages. Anyways, this film is directed by Jordan Graham and is also written by him. Now, Sator got a lot of buzz out of Fantasia back in 2019, and ever since I heard about that, I was pretty excited to see this film. So let's go ahead and start off with the positives. This film is beautifully shot. It is absolutely gorgeous. Every shot in the film within the woods is just amazing. They did a very great job, as well as their editing choices in regards to the scenery for the film. It looks absolutely immaculate. You can't even tell that this is a lower budgeted film. It looks that great. Another positive is the moodiness. I'm all for a moody horror film, especially ones that are as dark as this film gets. The vibe of the film, there's almost not really any music. There's a lot of sound effects, like footsteps are loud, doors creaking, things of that nature. Near the end of the film, they do utilize music, but as far as the visuals and the sound, it's all very well done. And then another positive will be our main character, Pete, who is played by Michael Daniels. He seriously hardly has any dialogue. From his emotes, you can tell what he is thinking. I thought his acting was very well done. Alright, so now that we got the positives out of the way, unfortunately we're going to have to get into some negatives. And my main negative for this film is just the pacing. This movie is relatively short, but it felt very long. And that's not something that you want out of a film. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a lot of the shots that they have in the film. They're all very beautiful. But they're near the tail end of the film. We follow a character walking through the woods for a good almost 5-6 minutes, and it's just several shots of them walking through. It could have been cut down for sure. I know they're trying to get to that hour and a half mark, well, trying to get close to it, but there's instances like that happen throughout the film. And I know I gave a positive in regards to, one of the actors with the whole dialogue thing. That's another negative, the lack of dialogue. There's a scene in this film where people are just staring at each other and then staring at moonshine. It's just very weird. No one talks until near the end of the scene. It's just instances like that kind of like drag on the scenes. And I can understand they're trying to go for some type of tension, but it just didn't work for me. It might have worked for other people, but it did not work for me. It just made the scenes feel like they were being drawn out longer than they should have been. And then my final negative is the payoff at the end. There is a lack of payoff. There's a lot of the film, you feel like nothing is really happening, and then finally, 20 minutes towards the end, the ball really gets rolling. But where it ends up is very lackluster. Now, from what I heard, the story of Nanny, played by June Peterson, is relatively real. June Peterson did state that she felt like she was hearing voices, and that's what inspired this film. I think more in line of a documentary would have been better, and that's kind of what this film was stylized as, kind of like a documentary a bit. There are scenes that very much feel in that vein, but as a thematic film. I think the story didn't really land well. And then the actual Sator entity was pretty cool. I really liked the concept of him. As far as what it became, I kind of got a lot of flashbacks of Wrong Turn, and I know this film was made before that, but you know, I couldn't help but remember that while watching the movie. I felt like the actual entity wasn't as harrowing as I had imagined first starting out the film. But yeah, you guys, that's what I thought of Sator. Overall, I kind of like Sator. I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it again. Anyways, my rating for Sator is going to be 2 long strolls through the woods out of 5. Have you guys seen Sator? Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the film. Did you like it? Did you hate it? You have a very differing opinion than I do. Let me know in the comments down below. And then if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate that as well. Anyways, this is Everything Horror, where we love to talk about everything horror. Take care, peeps.